That was a new one with Hella again. Oh, it was red Hella this time.
You can suck up all the damage he does, but yeah, not agree. Yeah.
Now, who am I gonna
Yeah, the
banish from this
Spider-Man and
match?
DC, I say we ban them.
Bro, not again, bro. I'm not doing this shit again, bro.
Are we using a tracker?
I sure am, bro. He has a 60% win rate. I say we ban the shit. out of
Just 60.
Yo,
That's it.
turn that shit
off, bro.
Bro,
That's
no,
lame as
60%,
fuck.
bro.
It's not
You
letting.
scared of a 60?
Yo,
Dude, you're playing.
You're cheating in order to put yourself to a rank you can't
the
get to normally. Don't do that, man.
Bro, it's not.
You're better than this,
It's
bro. Have some
cheating.
respect
It's
for yourself,
cheating.
bro.
Cheating.
Have some
It's
confidence.
a third-party
the
software,
most
man.
ability
Like,
gap
you boost
out
yourself
of all
by
the
cheating.
You still gotta have the skills to win, bro.
No,
Yeah.
you don't. You're giving yourself a handicap. Then you get to ranks you're not ready for. I've seen this fucking dance before.
Oh my god,
Happens
shame.
every time. You're gonna go 22 deaths in my game.
So you're saying that because you're banning someone who has a good win rate on the character.
No, I'm
well,
saying
you're not
you're
supposed to
cheating
know
by
that.
knowing
You're
what
not
their win
supposed to
rate
know
is.
that is the thing. You're literally cheating.
Only one other person in here has reached Celestial once, so.
Oh my
I'm fucking
goodness.
eternity. Shut the fuck up.
Ooh, Eternity. There's.
Pick your hero.
You're
I'm
not
eternity
supposed to
without
know
cheating.
this.
You did
That's
it
why it's
Celestial
called
one with
cheating.
Like, what is this flex?
They're not supposed to know
Yo.
this, which is why it's cheating. My man. Oh, lordy, bro.
I just want to let you know BP is open and they're gonna play him.
Bro, he got nerfed, bro. Relax. It's like the boogeyman.
I don't want to hear no pressure on the support team. You're not getting.
Bro, relax. Relax.
Bro. You can't beat a BP. You do not belong in Celestial.
Relax. Damn, bro. It's not that deep.
Nice to know I haven't lost my hunter's instinct after all these seasons.
30 seconds before you attack.
Oh, I love this game, man.
Last game where you guys got like struggled? Yeah.
My man's sweating straight out the gate.
No, it's a healer that's talking to me.
Like, I'll go into more for him, but like he needs to just relax. Like you're cheating. You're not supposed to know this.
You're not supposed to know that. You're saying it's wrong to ban someone with a good win rate? No, you're saying you're not supposed to know that win rate in the first fucking place.
He
Like,
could
what
have
is
won
this?
like a few matches and had a 60% this season. Like I don't know if it even shows overall, but 60% is not that crazy of a win rate for a character.
No, that's like
That's
normal.
normal. Yeah. Like I have a 60 something percent win rate on Blade. Like well, that's just normal. This is where banning. Alright, that would BP. I will be peeling for this guy. BP's dead. Just kill him. He's so easy to kill.
Get the turret. Oh man, I got it.
You got another one. The down one. Walk up. The down one.
Melee.
Get your ass over here.
Oh, that was
Oh
nice.
no. Oh no, not
What?
the BP.
I'm
I didn't
saying.
get assist
60%
or
win
kill.
rate BP.
Chat, what the fuck?
Tank life.
Not the BP.
That tank
the
life. Oh my
BP.
god, that sucks.
Yes, losing it, bro. I got you.
Oh, they switched off the BP.
Just like that. Like, come on. Oh, what? Oh, I had the Spider-Man's girlfriend. My bad. Oh, Venom's girlfriend, too. Okay. It's a rag holding.
More than half of the mission area.
You know, I'm chill. It's just, I can't believe he's sweating bullets straight before the match even starts. It's not that deep.
They're going straight to point. We need to go back.
I tackled her off the site.
Get him, get him, get him, get him.
Oh, I got ulted. Or no. I don't know where Cloak went. I couldn't find her. She was 1 HP, but...
No. Mag, why do you gotta float? You can't fly?
He can fly. It's only during all. Oh.
There is no way.
Can't fly, only float.
I would have clutched that myself had that fucking landed.
I'm hit. Cover me.
Oh my gosh, she was 1 HP.
They don't have totems, we can play pretty aggressive.
Did they use any supple?
Oh, I got ulted.
That's massive.
Oh, he had a big ult, yeah. Oh yeah, he got like 4
I
people.
don't remember them using C&D.
Their team's captured
Or was it Loki?
Yeah, it was
they used
C&D. Oh, both? Okay.
They use both. Yeah, they use both. They don't have any
Shit,
support.
what? I mean, I could use mine, but then I wouldn't have it when they have it.
We should use it and just win the team fight and guarantee to win for the round. If possible.
Fuck! Oh, worth.
Got one of the
Just
healers.
left heal.
You can use it now.
They
if
don't
you
have
want.
lucky yet.
Got a DPS!
Good. This fucking rogue. She's 1. Fuck off me, man.
Be prepared for the CPs. But, oh wait, never mind.
Why didn't Luna charm? Oh, she could have charmed. You think she had it? She could have
Probably not.
charmed there for sure.
Yeah, you can get frozen in your ult if you time it right.
Frozen in your ult?
In the Psylocke ult, there's a
Nice to know I haven't lost my
there's a delay
hunter's
before you
instinct
actually get
after
to
all
press
these
it.
years.
Yeah.
kind of what keeps it fair.
Mm-hmm. It's like a startup. When she's visible,
that's-
like with the wings on her back, yeah, you can kill her.
Yeah. That's why you want to either like dash up to avoid the CC, or if there's an invis, you want to like get behind him and use it. Because if you dash up on an invis, she'll push you away.
Max Eisenhut. Magnus. the
Track you before the
master
ult time. Do you? Oh yeah. No, that was a good.
It's
That was a good
really you.
freeze. I don't know why they said like nice swap. I guess it's like I didn't. Did any of us swap?
Tiger Division's
No.
call on you.
I didn't swap. I'm playing Bucky out the gate.
I just tried to compliment them, and I just like I don't know. I got sass. Everyone in this game is fucking traumatized, man.
Yeah, it was talking about Black Panther like it was the boogeyman. I don't know.
Right?
I'm not cold. I'm
You got Spidey. You gotta just Spidey with a 60% win rate. And PP with a 60% win rate.
on Spidey. That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
Here they come. Much better.
Get the fuck off.
Yeah. Also. What? She ulted me.
Let me melee this whole.
Been knocked down before. Doesn't last.
Chat. What is wrong with that girl?
No, I could have. God damn it.
Face oblivion.
Oh my god.
Wait, let me melee him.
Wait, what is it? Is she still on this melee trick?
That's what I
Oh no, it was supposed to be melee with
Whoa. That guy's 1 HP.
melee with Jubilee. I'm just meleeing for fun right now.
I respect it. Boogeyman is down.
I got 2 shields. I'm making it difficult for my ult.
Destroyed it, but for sure it's on
Yeah,
there.
bitch. Credit.
Let me get a kill, please.
Penta.
Good job, too.
Thank you.
You got them all. You've captured more than half of the mission area. Keep going.
Again!
Stupid character, bro. That was hard earned. Ember.
Shielding,
They call me.
shielding.
Feel like a amazing hook. You see that chat?
Ooh, thank you for that final.
Wait, what the?
Stranger's going up here.
Nice deep freeze.
No, chat, I lost it.
What the hell?
Damn.
Oh, there, shut.
You know how long it takes to get his fucking ult?
So have strange ult for next fight.
You gotta keep shooting. You gotta keep doing damage.
Mission isn't over yet.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing.
I mean, yeah, but
I died during it though. Yeah.
yo,
You so
yo,
So-
this guy.
Not you solo king, bro.
Oh, goodness gracious.
They're slowed. Fuck, I fell. Average style. That guy is not happy.
Yeah, don't try to steal my kill. I worked hard for that one.
He's saying that like BPs don't do the same. They're pulling, but it's way too late.
Nowhere yet. Going to overtime.
Is it?
Damn.
It's a sky portal. It's bad.
Wow, that's not a good
Wow,
portal
bro.
for them.
By the eye of Agamotto! Again!
My support.
Damn, cleaned house.
Did we all get a kill on him?
Yeah, turn this shit off, man.
Have some confidence, bro.
Tracker carry.
Bro,
30,
son.
31 and 3. Psylocke might have had something to do with it.
Mark for me, buddy.
He said tracker carry. What? I'm actually so worried for some people in this game. Like, what will he do without his tracker?
Fucking be brought down to the rank he fucking deserves.
Just like, oh, I got
Like,
99 out of
bro.
100. God damn it.
Guess you got to do another one then. Yo, I'm gonna avoid that fucking group.
Do we have time for another one?
Do you know